You are welcome to today's powerful broadcast. According to what is going on and what is happening around the world, it has been another powerful news. Listening to what is really happening right now, that says Israel may grant Biafran freedom before America. Shocking. Parliament plans review. So as it is now that they are debating on it, the issue of Biafra is being debated in Israel parliament, and as you can see, if care is not taken, that Israel they may grant Biafran freedom before the American will even say, okay, let this zone let them be on their own, because what is happening around the world and what is happening around the globe today, it is now giving everybody, mostly the Nigerian government's heart attack, and what they are seeing is not what they expect. That is why you see everywhere is being shaken, as if it is Nigeria they are fighting, but it is not. But they know the type of fight they are fighting in Nigeria, because all eyes is in Nigeria now. All eyes in the world, they are in Nigeria, so they don't know what they are doing. They don't know the next step. Since the day Vice President he went to UN to speak against Israel, concerning against Palestine. Since then till now, everything has become different. So, in fact, whenever they are talking about terrorism, about life and property. They used to look into Nigeria, mostly the issue of Biafra, because the whole thing is now moving different ways. So in this video, this our brother is going to explain to us a lot of things that is going on in Israel parliament right now. So because as you can see, there are many countries that is supporting Israel for them to grant Biafra freedom and for them to look into what is happening in Nigeria. So that is why the Nigerian government, they don't really know what they are doing. They don't know how to move. And the other day, the wife of Bianca Ojukwu, he ran to the Israel ambassador, claiming that he's looking for business partner with them. Nigerian and Israel is trying to do business partnership together. But since all those years, they have not do anything like business partnership, because of the thing that is going on around the world. It is giving them a very big problem. So don't skip any part of the video. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, make sure you share it to go around, let others see what is really happening in Nigeria.
אני דורש מממשלות המערב לעשות את מה שנדרש כדי להילחם באנטישמיות ולתת את הביטחון הדרוש, את ההבטחה הדרושה לקהילות היהודיות בעולם, וכדאי שיקשיבו לאזהרות שלנו. אני דורש מהם פעולה עכשיו.
Okay, there's a big shock, and Aso Rock now is shaking. Shaking because the India president Modi just met, and he's in Israel presently, and he has met with the Israeli Prime Minister, who is globally, and well renowned, in person of Benjamin Netanyahu. And Netanyahu now is telling the Israeli parliament to formally recognize and declare Biafra. Even when everybody is surprised, the India, for that matter, is meeting Israeli PM, and that this shows that Biafra now is getting louder, bigger, and stronger daily. What's your take as regards this?
Yes, you can see that we have already 24 members of the Knesset parliament already endorsing this, and the process of diplomatic engagement is still going on. Just to bring you closer to the breaking news that have took place in Israel, Jerusalem today, when the Prime Minister Modi of India visited Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem. After the brief discussion, and we're hearing that the Israeli Prime Minister, as you can see in this video, also defended the word and saying it very clearly that his responsibility is to defend Biafra, the Jews, and the Christians all over the world. He told Modi at the end of the day. But do you know the funniest thing? According to an insider who is of the know, said that they shared a possible relationship, bilateral engagement, and diplomatic support for Biafra with the Indian president. Can you see that? And after that arrangement, then he now instructed the Knesset parliament, who is also, we're hearing that there's a massive addition to the 24 MK that we used to have before. I think they're heading up to 50 now. And he clearly stated that please formalize the declaration of Biafra within the structures of legislation of the Knesset parliament. That is a very big good news for Biafrans all over the world to understand that God is seriously at work. And of course, for the Indian Prime Minister to be briefed on diplomatic ground on the ongoing plan in the Israeli government currently, irrespective of the tension that we are seeing that's playing out between Israel and Iran at the moment. It's still fine time to get some of this thing actually done on a serious note, sending a possible signal even to the US Congress and to rally more on Donald Trump, to understand very clearly that it can actually come from another angle that people are not really expecting. And faster it is, like the Israeli plot or plan is going to be faster than what we are hearing about the United States of America. But it looks like these powerful nations are working collectively for the possible this. But what baffles a lot of people is that how come we are seeing a proper documentation, legislation, both in the United States of America and in Israel? Proper, you see legislation. It just not. It's not just ordinary declaration, or recognition. Let me put it that way. But you can see that everything is formalized to tell you that the Biafran nation is going to be one of the most solid, nations in the world, backed up by first 10 powerful nations in the world. Now, I think I've mentioned the names of those countries before, including India, with what we are hearing from the Jerusalem currently now over the visit of Modi currently now. So you can see what it is, and we are expecting that the update will be given by the time they concluded obeying Benjamin Netanyahu's position in that regard. They by formally and officially declare Biafra in the parliament of Israel as a sovereign. Yes, as a sovereign. That's what I'm telling you. As a sovereign nation in the parliament. That is what analysts are discussing and talking about. By the time they formalize it and agreed holistically, they will not declare it, as a sovereign recognized nation. So then they will now ask the federal government through diplomatic channels all over the world to do an automatic release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and with time 24 hours or thereabout to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or the consequences will be the Mossad movement in Nigeria.
But we see Shegumi saying that Nigeria and Tinubu allowing Israel to interfere in Nigeria affairs will finally lead to the breakup.
The way they brought in Turkey, the way they brought in Pakistan, the way they bring in Chad, and the way they bring in Saudi Arabia in Nigeria, the way they bring in people who are sponsoring terrorism in Nigeria. So why would they be concerned if there's going to be an Israeli intervention in Nigeria? It's going to be an American intervention in Nigeria. The one they have brought enough, are they giving us positive vibes or negative vibes? It's a question for Gumi and all the northern political leaders, including the Sultan of Sokoto, to actually answer themselves. Are they bringing positivity to the development of Nigeria? Are they contributing? The people that are important to come and kill people in Nigeria, what are they contributing positively? Are they contributing more than the Biafrans in Nigeria? That's the question for them to answer.
Yesterday, we saw what transpired in the Israel parliament, as that Israel and the US government is said to place Biafra on a global recognition and also to be recognized as a chartered nation. Mazi, what is your take on this, sir?
Breaking news that triggered a lot of white jubilation all over the world, especially to 85 million Biafrans who has been on their knees calling, showing solidarity, rallies, labels, logistics, diplomacy here and there, and consistent referendum every Monday.
Consistent referendum every Monday.
That got the world attention. This is more than 50 years or thereabouts that the Knesset, Israeli parliament, decided to recognize 1967, pay homage to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and celebrate the coming of the first Jewish black nation in Africa. It didn't come as a surprise. Divinity, God, is also involved. Yes, one of the strongest nations in the world has spread Biafra in the Middle East.
Calling people Jews.
You can see,
you
can see the whole thing, gradually manifesting. Everywhere you are, celebrate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Okuchukwu Kanu. Celebrate him. He's a great man, a great prophet, one of the sophisticated freedom fighters in the history of the world. Without a gun. Without a gun. I don't want to go back to what they are saying concerning this and that, but let us leave it to without just ordinary plastic and chair. The world got his attention on what is happening in Nigeria. Today, the global world is focusing on Nigeria, courtesy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu advocacy.
Getting a charter.
Yes, I must tell you that I was actually coming to that. But I have to give references and solidarity to those who champion this cause to the extent that the Jerusalem has had their voice. The Biafran agitation got the most significant breakthrough when Jacob, Maggie, Rachel, Avis stood in the heavenly parliament and got unanimous support from the White House Congress. And I see the secret there was the document they called the Biafran Recognition Charter was signed. The Nigerian media will not tell you that. They can never mention that. Well, of course, they know what is at stake.
But what does it spell for the Nigerian state?
Of course, it tells them that just like the king told Bola Ahmed Tinubu and sweep him, out completely from the ground, Bola Ahmed never saw it coming. That His Royal Majesty, the most important and valuable Majesty King in Igbo land now, has took Bola Ahmed Tinubu by surprise. What happened in Israel took Nigeria by surprise. Today, they have declared an emergency. They are discussing it. How did it happen? And it means
right?
Yes, it means that they are now afraid that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should. I think they are discussing it because the thing has gotten global attention. It is only in Nigeria that our IPOB members are terrorist organizations.
Only in Nigeria.
Imagine MK, Jacob Maggie, celebrating IPOB, mentioning IPOB, dedicating his speech to the indigenous people of Biafra, right there in the parliament. Bros, no matter how you look at it, no matter, it is a significant impact. and a land that Aso Rock is not happy with it, they are already on an emergency meeting. A lot of Nigerians may not understand what is going to happen to them. They don't know what is happening. Everybody is pretending. Yes, say that until Obafu Hananya, it will come. Very real. As I remember a few years ago, it looks as if there was no headway. Look at the small boy that was invited in the Knesset Parliament hall or chambers.
But sir,
that was celebrated.
But sir, this still brings me back to the fact that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said he would not fight Biafra, that see with the barrel of gun, he said he would dialogue with international communities. Now, do you think that has even become
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu
a reality?
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not talking about international community.
Okay.
Mazi Kanu does not need international community, does not United Nations. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at, identifying his religious alliance, identify his ideological alliance, and now look at communities, nations, countries around the world who can identify with him and show him solidarity. Simple. And the message as at that time, because we have had different United Nations Secretary General before Antonio Guterres. And they told him very clearly, non-violent approach is the way to go. And he maintained it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the only freedom fighter that when army invaded his house and killed 28 youth, there was no gun found.
His compound.
Not one naira, not even single bullet found. But when they went to Igboho's house, they saw all manner of things. Today, they are saying Igboho is we cannot be one. And thank God for the solidarity we are getting, because it is a long way, long walk to freedom.
But what is the role that yesterday I saw a broadcast made by the Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in which he said he will protect the Igbo Jews. Don't you think that he will wipe out every terrorist? Who are the terrorists in this contest?
Anybody that stands against the children of the Most High, whether as a political weapon, whether as a religious weapon, whether as a radical agenda, whether it is an ideology that does not align with we, the children of God, celebrating the heavens 24 hours. God has already given that him too is a God of war, physically and spiritually. Physically we have Israel, physically we have America. When especially the Israeli, and spiritually, anything that is physical, that is against the children of God anywhere in the world, either by commission or by omission, must be brought down. Well, I've been saying it. Let nobody think that Christians are not radicals. Christians are extremists, more than those ones that are calling themselves radical extremists. When the Christians decide to radicalize their faith, then they will tell you where the world will belong at the end of the day.
So yesterday, there was a tweet from Bashar Ahmed saying that Israel is trying to bring disunity in Nigeria. That the major problem they are having now is Israel. That Israel is trying to bring disunity between the Fulanis, the Yorubas, and the Igbo.
Those two of them that are made, that person that is mentioning that is the one that has brought disunity. Look at the record. The Israeli parliament said 56 years after, upon all the cries and weeping, 56 years after, the Israeli government now remembered. So we had the
son.
But they have been killing Nigerians for over 40 decades now.
Over 40 decades.
The same people, every day. As I'm talking to you, Nigeria is the highest place where Christians are being murdered around the world. It's today. Everybody is looking at. That's why people are just hoping that a Christian nation. That's why people are driving and calling on the global world. And I can tell you, the people has rally more. Stay away for something you don't know. Rally more. Stay away from something you don't know.
Congressman.
God is bigger than you.
That's your congressman, right?
Yes, God is bigger than you. Don't bring that kind of sentiment that dividing Nigeria will encourage terrorism. That statement is suspicious. And that is what I'm saying. You can see now, the president said they are divided, but they are the one that was championing. Do you know what it means? For one of the people that fought for the independence of this country has been sidelined for 60 years.
Yes.
Is Nigeria moving forward? He can't go and listen to back. He said we are the salt of this nation. Without us, we have no taste. Labor, and we have gotten to that place where the world have beginning to see signs. These people are not actually what people think they are. And that is why you are seeing now, I can mention Italy is there, Russia is there, Germany is there, America is there, Israel is there. The seventh nation is Australia. And you don't understand what is happening. The coalition of these nations are going to be the part of the Biafran Tata. And they are working on it on the ground. When they sign it, they will just single out a nation that will officially announce Biafra as a sovereign nation. Every other thing will just naturally fall into place.
But see, do you think that the Nigerian government will consent to this?
What concerns us with Nigerian government? Is Nigerian government bigger than Israel? What is the influence of Nigeria around the world, even in Africa? Now, what is the influence of Nigeria? The resources that has kept Nigeria came from the Biafran land. Everything, human resources, impact, image making, everything, music, football, name them, came from the Biafran land, Akabulan, the land of our mothers in Africa.
And the rising sun.
And the rising sun.
That is the reason.
Yes, of course, that is the impact. It's coming. And if you look at what Jacob Maggie was saying on the floor of the parliament, bros, it has gone beyond what we think of. Now, don't be surprised that any moment from now, you might be hearing another thing, and that will trigger Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release.
But Mazi, there was a revelation made yesterday by Rene Mokri that how much did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pay the Jewish parliament for them to endorse that Biafra? That according to him, he said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu bribed them, lobby.
Oh yes. This is a very great interview granted by this man. He have said it all. The thing that the Igbo is finding for a very long time, it is now been given to them in a platter of gold. Upon the way Iran and Israel, they are fighting, but still, they are still remembering Biafra in their parliament. It is something to tell you that this time around, it is time for the Biafran to rise. It is no more the time when they will be crying, asking God when and how. That is why you see him, Omotosho, he finally, that is just too fast and then sentence Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the name of, so that when the international bodies start asking him questions, so that the Nigerian government will tell them that he's a terrorist. But upon all the portrayal, all the whole thing, they claim that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, no any international body has recognized him as a terrorist. No, instead of it, they are granting him a citizenship in different countries, like the one that they grant him in US recently. So they have seen, had it been that at that place they claim that he's a terrorist, the whole news would have carried, Nigerian news would have been giving it back to back. But because of the now granting citizenship of the place, so nobody has been talking about evil against him. But it's only in Nigeria that you will come and you'll be seeing them telling you that IPOB is a terrorist, Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Somebody that you claim that is a terrorist, you don't see anything like gun, like knife, machete, like something that you can use to harm somebody. You don't see it in his hand. What you are saying is just only radio, pen, and the paper, and then and then is a phone and laptop. That is all. But the people that used to carry guns, moving around, machete, moving around, killing people, destroying life and property, those ones that tag them or ordinary, they just in fact, they did not even tag them as terrorists because they don't used to see them as a terrorist. According to them, they are doing what their God ordained them to be doing, meaning that they are not a terrorist. It is a very good way to tell you that time have come for the Biafran to be free in Nigeria. And they say God's time is the best. Whenever the time of a something gets, that thing must happen. No matter how false or how delay something is, whenever the time comes, that thing will surely come to pass. Because the move it is today, it has never been the way it is today, both in social media, both in news, both in land, both everywhere. No any section of the world that you go today that you will not be hearing the news, the talk concerning the Biafran issue in Nigeria. And in fact, anybody that tell you that Nigeria is not affected, it is affecting Nigeria in different ways. That is why they are trying all their possible best to make sure that they close everything concerning Biafra. That is why they went to Finland to silence Simon Ekpa, tagging him terrorist, just to make sure that they close his mouth so that he will not be speaking for the Biafran people. And they went to Washington to in fact to lobby them with 900 million US dollar to make sure that nothing like Biafra will be speaking all over the world. But still yet, everybody is still seeing it. And the worst part of it now is the Israel parliament is now still debating on granting Biafran freedom, and now telling Donald Trump and the Israel PM for them to fast and recognize Biafra and place it in global global TV and in a global platform for everybody to see and for everybody to know that truly those people need to give their own freedom. But what did Nigeria do? Bianca Ono run to the ambassador of Israel, trying to bribe him and trying to silence him, trying to do many things so that they will not see what is happening in Nigeria. But still yet, all fails him, all fails her, because all her plan did not work. So coming down to the Indian president, still pointing hand, telling Netanyahu for him to recognize Biafra. It is another global debate, it's another global jubilation that everybody need to be happy with, because very soon, we say very soon, the thing that the Igbo is crying for, the thing that the Biafran people is crying for, will soon get to them without fighting again, because the war they fought during 1967 to 1970. By now, everybody have seen that the war is over. Then no more war again. It is time for them to be free from Nigeria. The only people that used to claim that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is unity, Nigeria unity is sacrosanct, it is only the politician. Those that have been eating from the federal purse, those that have been maltreating their own citizen, doing a lot of things just for them to get into power. It's only the people that will be telling you that Nigeria is one, Nigeria is indivisible. But all the people that you are seeing on the streets, nobody is happy. Nobody. Be you north, west, south, east. nobody is happy to be in Nigeria, because how can you force three countries, more than three countries together, and binding them together with a force, claiming that they love each other? For how many years Nigerians have been suffering from this calamity every day? Some people trying to claim that they are the Lord, trying to bring out their own Islamization, forcing it to other nations in the name of that you must embrace my religion. If you don't want to embrace my religion, you will go down. So in all those things, it cannot work. That is why you see problem is happening everywhere in Nigeria. No place that is peace, no place that is rest. Every place you go, you must see one problem or the other, because the nation never loved herself, both west, south, east. No parts even accept to become one. But the only people that used to claim that they are one is only the politicians, those that claim that Nigeria is unity. Then the Fulanis that claim that Nigeria is their birthright. They are giving them Nigeria as their birthright to govern. That is why you are seeing them everywhere. They have now taken over everywhere. Well, we pray and we believe that very soon everything will work according to the God plan. That is what we know. And we want the government to fast and do to release Mazen Kanu, because he is not a terrorist. He need to be released, and he need to give him his freedom back. Then if you want Nigeria to still remain one, then you go for referendum. If you don't want Nigeria to remain one, you allow those who want to go, while those who want to be as a one country to be, not forcing people together, not forcing people to stay. We know that the so-called unity of Nigeria is because of the oil in Biafra land. No, they don't want to leave it. They don't want to go away from it. So, and the people that is controlling this oil, it is the Fulani, the Britain, the UK, that they are the one controlling everything. So, in fact, the whole thing is very, very annoying. If you look the whole system, the way everything is today, you will see that Nigeria cannot develop in 1,000 years coming. The way it is today, Nigeria, the structure of Nigeria, it can never develop unless they do the needful. And those needful they need to do, they cannot, because the constitution they are using, the ideology they are thinking is quite different from a man who wants to succeed. Now the people that want to succeed, they now tie them together, claiming that you cannot leave. You cannot leave. In fact, it is very annoying. Well, I would like to hear your comment down below. What do you think about the whole thing happening in Nigeria? Like, subscribe, and make sure you share it to go around. Let others see what is really going on in the country. We say thank you for watching.